Hi everyone and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Rosanna. Today we're making some incredible, delicious, amazing pambazos. We're actually going to drench the bolillo in a delicious red guajillo sauce and then lightly fry it. I know, but trust me on this one. This is going to be so delicious. Then we're gonna stuff it with chorizo and potato. Oh my God, I'm already so hungry. Let's get started. Have you ever had a pambazo? Let me just say, you are in for a treat. You're about to discover layers and layers of flavor. It's comfort food at its best. Start by peeling 12 ounces of gold potatoes. Another great option is russet potatoes. Next, dice the potatoes about 1 inch in size. They don't have to be perfect, but make sure they are uniform in size so they can cook evenly. Over high heat, I brought water to a boil, just enough to cover and cook the potatoes. Salt it generously and then carefully add the potatoes. We don't want to cook them all the way. They should be slightly undercooked and with a bite to them, about 6 to 7 minutes. Let me show you, it's cooked enough for the fork to go through, and when you bite it, it will feel slightly firm. When done, remove from the heat and drain the water. Run them through cold water to stop the cooking process and drain once again. Next, devein 6 guajillos and toast them over low heat. Make sure to turn continuously to prevent them from burning and turning your sauce bitter. Remove from the heat as soon as they become fragrant. Now, rinse them under water and place in a container. To soften and rehydrate them, pour in 1 cup of hot water and make sure they are really submerged. Set aside, and while that's happening, let's move on to the chorizo part. Place a large non-stick pan over medium-high heat, and once hot, add in 1 pound of pork or beef chorizo. I'm using pork. Before adding the chorizo, I did remove the casing and broke it apart by hand. Stir as needed until fully cooked. It will take about 5 to 6 minutes. During this time, it will release its own fat and cook in it. Now, if yours does not seem to be releasing enough fat, you can add olive oil as needed. It really varies between brands, just be mindful of that. Also, chorizo does come seasoned, that's why we are adding salt until the end, if needed. When fully cooked, remove from the pan. Now we're going to brown the potatoes in the fat left behind. I may need a little bit more, and that's fine. I'm using olive oil and adding about 2 tablespoons. When the potatoes are in, spread them over the hot surface and let the underside brown before moving them around. When the time comes to move them around so they brown evenly, you can use a tool that won't break them up. For me, this rubber spatula works really good. Once golden brown, lower the heat to medium. Add half of a small yellow onion diced and 1 minced garlic clove. Stir in and cook the onion until lightly softened. During this time, the potatoes should have fully cooked. Incorporate the chorizo in with the potatoes and stir so everything combines. Allow the chorizo to reheat, taste, and add salt to your liking, if needed. Stir well and remove from the heat. Now that the guajillos had plenty of time to soften and hydrate, place in a blender with the soaking liquid and some additional ingredients, starting with 1 garlic clove, half a teaspoon of dry oregano, and salt to taste. I personally added half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Blend until smooth. If needed, you can strain. You will know it's needed if you still see large pieces of the chili skin. I don't need to strain because this blender does a wonderful job. I will leave the link down in the description area together with a lot of useful information. Finally, pour the guajillo sauce into a bowl. For this recipe, we're going to use bolillo bread. You could also use telera. To prep the bolillo, we need to cut through the middle and stop right before you reach the opposite end so it stays together. Place a large pan over medium heat, add 2 tablespoons of olive oil and let it become hot. Next, we need to cover the entire outside of the bolillo bread in the red sauce. What I like to do is cover one side, then place the closed bread over the hot oil, red side down, and slightly fry the underside for about 1 minute. Meanwhile, brush the other side with the sauce. You can slightly press down with the spatula, but don't be harsh with it. We just want to make sure all the bread is exposed to the heat because as you can see, the bread does have a curved shape. By lightly pressing, you can help the ends of the bread fry as well. If you press too hard, you can lose that fluff this bread has. When ready, turn so the other side does the same. Then remove from the heat and repeat the steps with the remaining of the bread. To unassemble, open the bread exposing the inside and spread the chorizo and potato mix across. Chorizo and potato is a very popular combination in Mexican cuisine. Its flavors and texture bring out great qualities that are hard to forget. You will find yourself coming back for more. Also add shredded iceberg lettuce. Its crispy leaves and crunchy texture are a good complement. Drizzle Mexican-style cream over the lettuce and generously pour a good Mexican homemade salsa over it. I will leave the link to the salsa video down in the description area. I'm using the blended version. It's super easy to make. Lastly, add crumbled queso fresco, which is a type of Mexican cheese. Additionally, you can add pickled jalapenos and slices of avocado. Now close the bread and enjoy. Pre-Hispanic people around Mexico believed that color in food and the way it was presented was crucial. Dishes were made colorful and appealing so that you were immediately drawn by sight. Doesn't this look so delicious? Look at that. It is tasting time. I'm so ready. Okay, let's do this. It can be a little bit of a mess because of the guajillo sauce, but like it is completely worth it. Grab like a stack of napkins and you should be good. All right. Wow, so good. I'm so proud. I may even cry. And joy. So good. Seriously, delicious. If you love tortas or any type of sandwich, you should definitely try these delicious pambazos. I mean, the guajillo sauce takes them to a whole other level. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. Remember that you can follow me on all of my social media platforms. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and click the notification bell. Until the next one,